Hey guys, welcome to Inner Peace with Netta, and on today's episode I will be talking about self-love. So self-love is your priority, okay, and foundation in your life and in your spiritual journey, because you will go through life where you won't have answers, you won't have clarity, you will have moments when you're in the unknown, and you just have to have faith and belief that everything is going to be okay and have that confidence. But you also need to have that self-love and know that you are worthy of having everything that you dreamed of, and creating the life that you want and the life that you need for the highest good of yourself and all. And during this life, or in our life, we go through relationships with our family and our friends and romantic relationships, and we have to learn life lessons. And a lot of times it can feel like we've just been beat up or just been thrown in a blender and just being grinded down. And the only thing I can really say is to get back up and keep your heart open. Now, turn your wounds into wisdom, but now you know the lesson. A lot of times people go through things in life and they have to repeat the lesson because they're not understanding that it's not just the person outside of you, it's also you. You have to go deep within yourself. Yeah, you can work out, you can change your hair, you can change your clothes, but if you don't change your self-esteem or the love or the self-worth or the self-respect or value yourself, then you will continuously attract a lack of self-love towards you. So if you don't love yourself, you're going to attract someone else who don't love themselves, and then they're going to treat you how they treat themselves, and you're going to treat them how they treat you, and you're going to allow them to treat you how you treat yourself. Because when you lack self-love, you don't treat yourself well, but you can't see that. A jar can't see its own label. So, you're not going to realize that. And a lack of self-love puts you on the vibration, on a lower vibration. And so if you lack in love, then you're on the side of fear. So when you're with someone who constantly cheats on you or who abuses you, whether mentally, physically, it doesn't matter. Or, just people who berate you, put you down, or always cracking jokes, sarcastic, but they really hurting your feelings, or, just different things. Just people pulling you down or projecting on you. And those are the people you have around. You're around insecure people and people who don't have any self-love or self-respect. People who always cursing you out, just always have something to say, or just in those relationships because that means that you haven't, tapped into that love within, not knowing that you don't have to earn love. Love it wasn't meant to be earned. We came from love. The divine is love. And the divine loves us no matter what, even when we're not loving ourselves. But in order to feel that divine love, you have to love yourself, to truly feel what that means, because we are one with the divine. So, no matter what, it doesn't matter if you didn't finish school, if you didn't go to college, if you didn't get a specific job or in a career, or if you don't have a certain car and get a house that you wanted, or just anything of the material. It only matters what's on the inside or how you feel about yourself, And there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself on the outside, because when you love yourself, you will show on the outside. You will take care of yourself. You know, how you feel will show on the outside. So self-love is a foundation, and it's the key. And during the process of learning to love yourself, you have to be compassionate and kind to yourself. And in my journey, it was, very hard. I think that was one of the hardest things that I've ever learned to do, was to love myself. Because growing up, you hear, I love you and things like that, but really loving myself, or seeing that example of really truly of what unconditionally loving yourself was, or really having an example of what unconditional love was, I didn't really see that. Not saying that my family didn't love me, but what unconditional love is, I realized a lot of society, you don't see that. It's conditional, and people think it's unconditional, but it's actually conditional when you really go deep and you break it down. But, that unconditional love and having that for yourself, then you're able to give it to other people. And I just say for everyone out here, especially now in the time that we're in the void, a lot of people may not have their jobs or a career, their career is shifting, or they may not be able to finish school, get their degree on time, just because of everything on pause and everything that's going on. And just know that that outside stuff does not make you who you are. It's that person inside that makes you who you are. You exuding that positive energy and that kindness and that compassion to yourself and others. You have to give it to yourself first before you can give it to anyone else. Because if you can't give it to yourself, what you're giving to other people is not going to be a reciprocity, and then you're going to have a disdain. You're going to resent what you're doing, because it's not really truly coming from your heart. Or if it is, but it's not enough, you're coming from an empty cup. So, you have to have balance as well in this spiritual journey, because I always talk about how, we're supposed to assist each other and things like that. But it is also supposed to be balanced, the way you have, that time for yourself. You keep things private to yourself, your own little things. Build that relationship with yourself. You have to build the relationship with yourself and getting to know yourself and explore yourself. And it's a process. It is a process. Like I said, starting that process was a hard process, because you have to dig deep and heal things and still move forward. And self-love also means like ending certain relationships. And that means with family, friends, careers, taking certain actions. You may be scared. I've been there. I feel like I'm in a place now to where it's like Spirit is just like telling me, just go. You may not know where this is going to take you, but I'm just telling you to go and have faith, because you could do this. And it's just like, to me, I'm like, I just have this like, and then it's like, I know, then I don't know, just trying to find that clarity. And I just wanted to come on here and just say, like, love yourself enough to like push yourself, and try different things, and just create that foundation and make yourself a priority. And I'm not talking about being selfish and arrogant to where you don't want to help nobody, and it's just like, oh, F everybody, I don't care about nobody. No. Being selfish or should I say just making yourself the priority to fill your cup up and allow it to overflow, so that when you give to other people, it's still overflowing. So yeah, love yourself and know that you can't take material things to fill a hole within you. You know, not a business, not a person, not a animal, not a garden, not food, not clothes, shoes. It may feel like that momentarily, but when it gets snatched away, it will be so painful. It will be so painful. But then that means you just have to do more inner work and see where did you become codependent on a material thing, you know, something outside of yourself. Because everything we need is already within us. And I can say that it sounds easy, but sometimes I forget that myself when I may get frustrated on my journey. But it is true. Like, I get signs from Spirit like, please come home, please go within. And I've expressed in my other videos, like, I'm a doer. I just do. And I have to learn to, I cannot just do everything and do. I have to learn to listen to my intuition and flow. And as you on your spiritual journey, it's about going with the flow. It's about going with the divine. And that's listening to your intuition. Like, we all have gifts. And it's about being in alignment with God, with the divine, and flowing. Like, this world is changing so much. So in order to do that, you have to first build that self-love and that foundation and have it overflowing. You know, there will be a lot of awakenings very soon, or it's happening now. But through that process, you have to love yourself no matter what, because things will come up and you have to face your fears. And then once you're facing them, you know, you're able to go with the flow with certain things and just change just certain mentals, emotions, habits, the way that, you know, you may have been living your life. But like I said, it took me a long time to learn to love myself, or even start the process, because I didn't know what it looked like. I wasn't even aware that I didn't really love myself, and then when I really started digging in, I was like, okay, well, the actions that I was taking and things that I was doing, yeah, that wasn't really self-love. So, you know, I've been learning and consistently learning compassion and not to beat myself up, you know. And that's another thing. Please don't beat yourself up. When we've all made mistakes, but having guilt and shame is not going to get you anywhere at all. That just lowers your vibration as well. So do love yourself and forgive yourself. And that's, I feel like that's a crucial part in loving yourself, is forgiveness. But I have another video on that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that and talk about loving yourself. Teach yourself how to love yourself. If you have children, teach your kids, especially them being at a young age, they need to know how to love themselves so that they can have that solid foundation within. Because everyone has been in school. We've had peer pressure, you know. And not saying that they may not go through that, but they'll have a solid foundation. They'll have a better understanding of who they are, and they'll be more confident, you know, in themselves and being unique and being that individual person. Because we're all not the same. Yeah, we're all one. We're all connected. But we all have our own different paths, like I always say, but we're all unique. We're all here to do different things, and we just gotta own it. Like me, I have spiritual gifts that I'm learning to tap into. Was this the path that I thought I was going to be on? Nah. But I still have to love it. I still gotta love it. So, love yourself, or everyone love yourself, so that we're able to share it with others. And we'll be on a higher vibration. Love is the highest vibration. So let's be on the vibration of love, but love yourself, and love yourself unconditionally, no matter what the circumstances are outside of you. I love you guys. You have a good one. Peace.